Paul II. Pilgrims are patiently waiting, some for up to 24 hours, to get a chance to see the Holy Leader. The line of mourners is about 35 deep and stretches for a mile and a half. Nearly 2 million people have already filed past the Pope's body, and another million are expected to make it inside St. Peter's Basilica before Friday's funeral. But with the overwhelming crowds, Vatican officials are not allowing any more people in line.
It's going to be insanely crowded here, but however, you know, it's definitely worth it. That's our Holy Father. I'm a Catholic here, and I definitely want to see, you know, I want to pay my last respects to the Pope.
President George W. Bush, along with former Presidents Bill Clinton and President Bush, paid their respects to Pope John Paul II this afternoon. The U.S. delegation knelt in pews offering their prayers. Meanwhile, the College of Cardinals will start the conclave to choose a new pope on April 18th. The Pope's early Friday morning at 12:30. For the latest information and a look at the legacy of Pope John Paul II, you can visit our website at news10.net.
And when Pope John Paul came to America back in 1987, he used a private passenger plane. But traveling with him, a few of those giant Air Force cargo planes. The C-5s carried the vehicles that the Pope and his security detail would use at each stop along the way across the U.S. The Pope's plane was Shepherd 1, and on the crew of Shepherd 5, two people who are now high school ROTC instructors. News 10's Jonathan Mumm has their story.
And this is the first time we saw the Pope.
Air Force Senior Master Sergeant Jim Rost is very pleased he brought his video camera with him on that mission in 1987, a mission his sergeant at the time chosen for because he was Catholic.
Gino Callis called me up and said, hey, we're putting this Pope mission together, Pope mission, like a president's support mission together, and we would like to know who are all the Catholics in the squadron.
There had been presidential and vice presidential missions in Desert Storm. One mission even put Jim in a Bill Murray movie, Larger Than Life, when he helped load elephants into a C-5 cargo plane.
And I slipped and fell, and Bill Murray was the first one to help me up.
But the mission with Pope John Paul II stands by itself.
It's one of the highlights of my career, my life.
The Pope got the same protection and treatment as the President. As loadmaster, it was Jim's job to help get the Pope Mobile and Secret Service limousines off a giant C-5 before the Pope arrived on his passenger plane and back on again before he left. Master Sergeant Hollis says it was obvious back then this Pope was different.
I think the impact was he used all avenues to get his message out, and he used modern transportation to come to the United States and to go throughout the world.
And this week, the memories came flooding back.
And then I actually got phone calls from my friends that knew I was on the Pope mission, and they asked me about it already. They called me this past week, you know, and just I called a few of the guys that I flew with.
Memories of talking with the Pope's driver.
How'd you like driving the Pope around?
Oh, it was just great.
Of receiving gifts from the Secret Service detail.
One of the Secret Service guys that was inside the plane gave me a rosary from the Pope.
Hollis's picture even ended up on the front page of the base newspaper.
So, coming back after 18 or 20 years of the fact, I would look at it and say, wow, did I really do that?
They did. They've got the proof. Jonathan Mumm, News 10.
Jim and Hollis say even though it was just a 2-week mission, it was probably the most memorable experience of any of the missions that they were a part of.